Well, hey y'all, it's Dan. I want to welcome y'all to my home in the sticks. Hope everybody's doing well today. It's a beautiful day outside. But today we're going to talk about some vermicomposting. So we got a lot to talk about. So let me get this camera set up and we're going to jump right on into it. Alright y'all, we over here at this hungry bin, and what we're going to have to do today is we're going to have to add in some peat moss to fill this this hungry bin composter back up. So let me show you what's going on. What I have done is added in some fresh newspaper, and we're going to set that off to the side over here. We're just going to try to keep all of it whole. Well, as you can tell, they've been munching on that. So we're going to try to keep it whole. And what I have done is I've actually let the composting worms pretty much eat everything that I put in there, and I kind of held off on feeding them. I should have fed them yesterday, but I kind of held off on that. So I'm just going to pull this stuff out. I don't know if you can see that. Pull this stuff out, just set it off to the side. And now again, you know, I'm just not a worm expert or anything, but I want to, whoa, there's some worm activity right there. I'm going to fill this thing back up to probably about right here with some peat moss. I just got some old regular, yeah, there it is, peat moss, and I'm going to fill it back up. So let me get this camera set up, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. And actually, I'm gonna try to harvest. Well, not try, but I am gonna harvest this brick of vermicompost down at the bottom. It feels like it's full, but we're gonna see. So I hope I don't screw up. So give me a second, and we're gonna get this camera set up, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. So give me a second. All right, y'all. Here we are. We all set up now. What I'm going to do is, I hope y'all can hear me. Been having problems with my Rode Video Mic Me and this camera. I mean this phone. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm working on that. But I hope you can hear me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding in some peat moss to this hungry bin. So let's get started. All right, I think that should do it. Let me show you what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that. All I'm doing is move it on around and maybe break up these little big particles in there. And that's that. Now, what I'm probably going to do is, well, I am going to do is, I'm going to add just a little bit of water to soak down this this peat moss. So, look. They say about a liter of water. I don't know how much a liter of water it is, how much a liter of water is, but or you could probably, if you really wanted to, you could actually, you know, just dump your peat moss in a bucket and, you know, wet it down with some rainwater preferably, or, you know, whatever kind of water that you have. So let's see. Add a little bit more. Now, all I'm actually doing is I'm just stirring this peat moss up with the water, kind of making a paste. If you can see that. Now you can use, like a lot of people use like cocoa coir and stuff like that. I don't have access to that down here in East Central Mississippi. So, but the worms were shipped in peat moss, so I'm guessing peat moss will work too. So, and it's worked for me for quite a while. So, let's see. Might get it just a little bit. Oh, see one on top right there. Worm right there, Will. I don't know if you see him. Here he is right here. Look at him. See him? Wiggling around. That's pretty cool. So, let me get this, I might add just a little bit of water and get it mixed up, and then I'm going to move on to the next step. So, what I'm probably going to do is, well, what I am going to do is I'm probably going to get some food mixed up for them and set it off to the side, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get those worms to come to the top and start, you know, doing their eat thing. So, give me a second, and muddy hands and all. Give me a second, and I'm going to turn this camera back on. Alright, y'all. You remember that old handy chop-o-matic thing that I was probably in the first video that I did on the vermicomposting, the hungry bin thing? So, that, and that's what we did. Excuse me, that's going to be the worm food. And basically all this is we had some carrots, some carrot skins that we peeled off when we did some carrots. It's got some kale, old kale leaves, the kale stems themselves, because you can't eat them, they're kind of tough. I guess you could if you wanted to. And there's also actually some cabbage, the cabbage cores, that's in there too. And y'all, we don't throw any of that stuff away. And if you're into vermicomposting, hey, I suggest you do the same thing. Save it, freeze it if you can. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this stuff out here and we're gonna feed it some worms. So let's go feed some worms. Oh, it looks delicious. Let's see. One-handed, gonna open the door. Alright, that worked. Let's see. Okay. Now this is gonna be the hard part. Oops. Alright. I guess we'll just start off in the middle. I'm just gonna pour a little bit of this in the middle. We'll just pour all of it. And I normally just take a, spoon, an old spoon, and just rake it out for them. So kind of like that. Alright. And that's what it looks like. Remember that paper we took out right here? All we're going to do is just probably take some of this old stuff and just put it down there like that. We're just kind of trying to cover everything up for them. And there's some more old stuff right here. Alright. These big pieces, just going to lay them over like that. Just like that. And that's what it looks like. The the paper's kind of like twofold. It's part of the 70-30 ratio, and it also helps keep down like fruit flies. If you have bugs or something that get in here, it helps keep that down too. So we're going to cover all this stuff up, and hopefully with some luck these guys are going to find their way up and they're going to start eating on that stuff I just put in there. So give me a second. I'm going to set this camera up and we're going to harvest this brick down here. We're going to try to harvest this brick down here. So give me a second and we're going to do some harvesting. So hold Alright, y'all. We're fixing to try to harvest this brick of vermicompost. We're just going to see what happens. I want to apologize in advance for the lighting. I've been looking at the clips of the videos as I've been doing them, and it's just, I don't know, I'm underneath the lean-to in my shop on the north end of my shop, and so I just want to apologize for the lighting. So hopefully y'all getting some good lighting now. So let's get down to this. Alright. If this goes south, I'm sorry. So feels like it's full, so. Well then, that looks like a bunch of vermicompost to me. Oh, it smells good too. We have a few worms caught up in there. Maybe we can get them out. See? I don't know, maybe I waited too late to harvest it. That I don't know. So they got a few worms in there. We just gonna lift up this top and dump them on back in there. But there's a, wow. This is some really good vermicompost. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah. So, that worked out okay. You know, I will admit that when I first got the setup, I tried to harvest it way too soon, and it was a disaster. So you have to let your vermicompost. You need to let your compost work, and then within 6 to 8 months of first setting it up, be able to harvest some vermicompost. This thing's been set up and running for the last couple of years, 4 or 5 years maybe, and I'm saying about every 2 months, maybe 3 months, I'm harvesting some vermicompost. So that's what it looks like, y'all. Again, I hope everybody's doing well, and that being said, it's not what you can, it's not about all the things that you can get, but it's going to be all about the things you can give back. So we'll see you in the next video. You know what? I just got to show you, so let me show you. Look at that big old pile of goodness right there. All we're going to do is we're just going to work that off into the soil. Ooh-wee. Just putting it in our raised beds, and we're gonna work it on in there. You know what, y'all? That's gonna make for some good planting right there. So let me get back to spreading this vermicompost into this raised bed, and we'll see you in the next video.